Hello guys and welcome to Locking Project. Today I've got the Yotaphone 2, the unusual phone with two screens. Initially the phone was sold here in the UK for £555 guys, and I remember just a couple of months before launch I've just bought my new shiny OnePlus One for 269 and I was like, Russian phone, two screens, amazing specs, sounds great, but £550? Nah. Not really. August last year, the phone was discounted heavily to £120. £120, and I and I straight away pulled the trigger. I mean, that was a no-brainer. I bought a phone. I didn't use it for a couple of months because I had another review phones with me, this and that. So when I finally, opened up the phone, I was really impressed by everything. I've used it for about a week. I've noticed that my screen is actually defective. It has a purple tint on it. I've searched over the internet. Basically everybody's having the same problem with this phone. Purple screen, purple tint, and I broke the screen. Yeah, you can see it over here. I broke the bloody screen on 1 week old phone, and I put the blame on this guy because it weighs 170 grams. It was constantly drilling a hole in my pocket of my trousers. So basically I went to the BP to fill up the car with petrol. I put the phone in my pocket. I made 2 steps and I realized that my phone basically went down my trousers and exit where my shoe is and just slid off the ground like that. Basically the impact was very minor, but it was enough to crack the screen on this phone, and I had a feeling that 2 screens, if I drop this phone, one of the screen dies, but I didn't get a case. It's just I don't like cases. But anyway, let me share my thoughts on the review of this phone, and finally, is it worth buying in 2017? So let's get it on. So let me just quickly show you what's in the box. You have a nice little box over here. Very nice presentation, as you can see. You've got your usual books and shit over here. The original screen protectors that I had. You've got a SIM ejection pin over here. Let me show it to you. It's really nice actually, really neat. Over here you've got a pair of headphones. Let me show you that. Really nice looking headphones. Some extra pads over here. What else do we have? We've got our micro USB cable here. And we've got our charger over here. The nice thing about the charger is, check this out. This logo over here lights up when you charge your phone. Actually, let me show you. Let me show you quickly what it does. Check this out. When you charge your phone, that's what you see from the charger. It's really nice design decision over here. Definitely the main selling point of this phone is the second e-ink screen, 4.7 inches, slightly curved towards the edges, Gorilla Glass 3 on top. It has a little bit of a kind of bluish tint to the screen, but because it's monochrome you don't really notice that much. The problem you can get is when it's dark, because the screen is not lit, you're not gonna see basically anything on the screen. But as you can see, Yotaphone did quite a lot of work on the different screen modes. That's my main screen mirrored at the moment. I can switch this one off, check the weather, look at the weather application guys. I mean, it's really stunning. Let's go back quickly and let me show you. You can have it always on, of course. I mean, it's great. I really like this screen. But the problem I have is with the other screen. Apart from the fact that I broke the screen by a very small, hit over here, check the design. The screen is actually on top of the frame, which is absolutely ridiculous. The smallest amount of impact, even if you press the screen a little bit harder, I'm sure you're gonna make another crack. I mean, that's a serious design flop, and I really have no idea how they managed to produce it like that. But anyway, the problem I have with this screen basically is that first of all, it's very reflective. I mean, extremely reflective. Can you see the blue tint? That's definitely not normal, guys. Let me show you another phone. That's the next Beethoven, by the way, my next review. Check this out. That's black, that's blue. Let me show you another AMOLED screen over here. Check this out. That's absolutely ridiculous, guys. And the thing is that thing seriously decreases your sunlight visibility. Even if you have your lamp on inside your house, it's still very reflective, so I'm definitely not feeling this screen. And the screen itself is nice. I mean, it's 5 inches AMOLED screen. The blacks are really blacks, the colors are very nice reproduced and relatively, you know, accurate for AMOLED screen. Nothing too fancy really. Pentile matrix, full HD. The screen is nice, but the problem I had with the screen, and I've noticed that straight away, there's one app which I hate and love at the same time: screen burn-in fixer. Press the button to have burn-ins, and as you can see from the camera, guys, my screen goes from kind of light color to purplish color over here. I'm really not sure if you can tell by the camera, but can you see that the screen is actually darker over here than it is over here? I asked on the XDA, nobody replied, so I did my own research, and it appears that they have a major problem with the screens. All of them have this kind of a purple tint to them, and down there they go a little bit more kind of yellowish, which is absolutely ridiculous in my opinion. But well, it is what it is. They quoted 180 euros to replace my screen, including shipping, which is absolutely ridiculous considering that the price I've paid is only 120 for this phone. So unfortunately, I'm stuck with the broken screen. At least, it works out well. So it's still usable, but it's just I can't really use the phone like that, guys. Now, the first thing after my complaints that I want to talk about is the design. The design is actually quite nice. It reminds me of the original Galaxy Nexus phone. The bezels, as you can see, are quite huge over here, but the device is relatively small and is very easy and nice to hold in the hand because of these curves over here. On this side we've got our power button, we've got our combo slot over here, is power button and a SIM card slot at the same time. You pin it over here, it goes up like that. That's really nice. 3.5mm jack, which was the standard back in 2014. We've got nice clean design over here. At the bottom, micro USB charging port, one mic here, one speaker grill over here, only a bottom firing speaker. The screws are hidden behind this grill as well, which is a very neat design. So yeah, overall I really like the design, I really like the second screen, but the first screen is a major flop for me, guys. So let's jump to battery life. We are having a 20,550 milliamp hour battery on this phone, and I mean, what can you expect? It's a Full HD 1080p AMOLED screen. The battery is relatively small. You've got Snapdragon 800, not 801. I really have no idea why kind of half of the websites on the internet say Snapdragon 801. That's really not the case. It's Snapdragon 800, which doesn't make huge difference anyway. But let me quickly show you what kind of battery life should you expect from this phone, guys. I mean, I'm not really impressed, but I'm really not disappointed either. That's exactly what you should expect from this battery life. Let me show you on my screenshots what do I have. Now, one thing that differentiates me from all the other channels, guys, is that I actually use my phones as a daily drivers before I issue the review. I try to use them at least 2 weeks so I can give you the 100%, you know, real-time battery situation. So let's have a look at what should you expect from the Yotaphone. 3 hours 17 minutes. Over here we've got 3 hours 21 minutes, 2 hours 47 minutes, 3 hours 42 minutes, 52, 3 hours 31 minutes over here. So basically your battery life is between 3 and 4 hours, which is pretty much on par with other phones with the similar battery capacity. I really can't complain about the battery life because you've got 2 screens at the end of the day. But the thing which is a little bit disappointing is that I've heard on several occasions people saying that you're gonna actually save quite a lot of battery if you use the second screen instead of the first screen, and I can't prove this wrong. I mean, this screenshot that I took, as you can see, it shows how many? 82%. That's with YouTube streaming a video for 1 hour on the color screen, and after that, this screenshot, I have no idea why it's color, but it's a screenshot actually from the other screen. you've got 79% over here. So basically streaming 1 hour YouTube videos actually drain 3% more than actually the color screen, which are really, you know, I'm really surprised, because you think, oh, let's mirror this screen quickly, turn it around and let's do my shit over there, check my messages or whatever. Now the logic behind that is that every single thing that you do, check this out, open up Chrome, it takes more time. The software and overall everything is a little bit sluggish, as you can see. It definitely takes more time to do your things. So I really don't get the point, to be honest with you, in using that screen, because it's gonna take more time and you're gonna end up, you know, spending more time on your phone, causing an extra battery drain. So if you have the idea of a crazy battery life, that's just a lie, in my opinion, guys. Now let's have, oh, by the way, the charging times. Let me show you the charging times actually. I'm not disappointed of the charging times as well. As you can see, it's 8 o'clock 22 minutes when I started. 30 minutes gives me, let's see how many, 35%. 1 hour is gonna give you 71%. And just above 2 hours and about 5 minutes you get 100%. It supports Qualcomm Quick Charge 2, and 2 hours for recharging this battery, well, it's okay. It's okay in my opinion, considering that the phone came out in 2014. Now the next thing I want to talk about quickly is the headphone output. Snapdragon 800, no additional DACs, and I can easily say that the sound coming out of this headphone jack is a little bit above average, which is okay to my book. Now another thing is the speaker though. It's only bottom firing, and let me show you what the speaker is about. Now the maximum volume is not very loud and the quality is just about average. The good thing is that it's very hard to block actually. I don't know how they did it, but it's very hard to block, which definitely helps when gaming or something like that. So the speaker, actually I gotta give it a thumbs down, which brings me to the software and overall performance. Now as you can see, they have just released Marshmallow just a couple of months ago, which I really have no idea why. I mean, they should have released Nougat already, simply because, I mean, the Russian hackers can hack basically anything, and they can't release Nougat for the Yotaphone. That sounds a bit strange, but it is what it is. We've got minor improvements. The overall snappiness of the device and the speed has been just a little bit improved. It heats up quite a lot just of general usage over here, by the way. The gaming performance is more or less the same as it was with Lollipop. Let me just quickly fire up Basemark and show you what the results are. Now that's today's results that I did on Marshmallow, and these are the results that I get on Lollipop. I mean, graphics the same, overall just a little bit better, and you can feel that it's just a little bit better. I mean, let me just quickly open up Google Plus. For example, it's Snapdragon 800 after all. With 1080p is perfectly capable. As I said, it runs a little bit hot. The multitasking is quite alright as well. As you can see, it's well optimized. I can't really complain of the performance. But the other thing is that the gaming performance, I mean, as I can remember, OnePlus One had a great gaming performance after you root the phone and after you tweak it to high performance mode, which I believe it was unlocked on the OnePlus with the default software. On this software over here, you don't have any kind of tweaks for the performance, guys, and it is what it is. The frame rates are just, I would say, just a little bit above average. It's definitely playable, but as I said, the device gets quite hot. Let me just quickly boot up Mortal Kombat and show you what I'm talking about. I mean, as you can see, it's not perfect, but it's definitely playable, guys. That's my favorite part. Oh yeah. Fatality. Okay, so basically that's about the performance. I mean, it's okay. It's quite hot over here, by the way. But anyway, performance is okay. Now the software itself looks like stock Android most of the time, as you can see guys over here. Just some minor tweaks like the always on display, the Yota energy, the navigation panel. You can switch on and off these buttons over here. That's for taking a quick screenshot, which is pretty handy. That's for mirroring your screen on the second screen. You've got animations, just a small handy tweaks. The thing that I don't like is that I can't really swap the order of the main navigational buttons, which is a little bit ridiculous for the device with such a high level of customizability. But anyway, it is what it is. The other thing is that you've got quite a lot of Russian bloatware on this phone. I really have no idea why they had to install. Check this out. Okay, you've got Sudoku, which is fine. You've got chess, but check this out. Yota Fit, Yota Help, Yota Hub, Yota News, Yota Notes, Yota Reader, Yota what's that? Yota Selfie, Yota Snap, Yota Sports, Yota Store, Yota Support, Yota Tasks, Yota Travel, Yota Tube. I mean, too much Yota stuff. I'm not using basically any of that crap, and I haven't uninstalled it just to show you guys how much crap you've got, but as well as you can uninstall them without any issues. Now the camera itself, let me quickly, actually not very quickly because switching on the camera takes quite a lot of time. That's the selfie cam. Let me quickly snap a photo just to see how the quality is. Check this out guys, it's 2 megapixels and it's pretty much, I mean, you can't really zoom much more. Everything is overexposed, as you can see, it's blurry. So overall 2 megapixels, that's pretty bad. Let me show you some other photos that I have. Let me see. Check this out. There's so much noise on this photo, it's so blurry. What else can I show you? What else can I show you? Let me see. Check this out. I mean, how bad is that actually? How overexposed is that? And the main cam as well, 8 megapixels. I mean, I'm really not sure guys. I'm really not sure. Let me see some of the photos. Low light is absolutely ridiculous. Quite a lot of noise going on. The images are quite blurry. Low light is pathetic. I mean, as you can see over here, check this out. That's one of the worst that I've seen, to be honest with you. Daylight, you can definitely pull some decent images, but tell me which camera can't really do a decent photo nowadays on a good lighting. Let me see what else. Check this out. That's perfect lighting conditions. This photo is kind of nice. Okay, this photo is kind of alright. Over here you can see how overexposed it is over here. And now when it comes down to video, let's check this out. Hello guys and welcome to Working Project. I've got the Yotaphone 2 and I'm doing a quick video test. That should be a rainbow over here. I'm not sure if you can see it on the camera, but let's just move down this petrol station and see how the stabilization works. I don't think there's any kind of optical image stabilization, only digital, and I'm usually holding the device with one hand as now. So let's see how that works. I'm gonna try to not get run over by a car by the time I'm doing that. So yeah, let's see. I'm just gonna twist the camera like that a couple of times just to see what happens, as well as like that. Let's see the transition of the sky. Yeah, let's check the autofocus as well. Yeah, the autofocus is good. So yeah, basically that's it. So as you can see from the video guys, the stabilization pretty much doesn't work, and the overall details and quality are really not the good things about this camera. I can't really recommend it, unfortunately. Even in some, you know, regular day-to-day situations, the camera is pretty much unreliable. So yeah, that was my review of the Yotaphone guys. Just to sum up very quickly, the screen, although it's nice, you have a really terrible blue tint over here, as well as the purple tint when you switch on the screen. The second screen is absolute beast for me, thumbs up. The rear camera is bullshit, the front camera is bullshit, the speaker quality is bad. The overall headphone output is actually above average. The performance is fine, the battery life is fine, the charging times is fine. And when this phone was released, once again, £500, it was a crazy price. I got it for 120, which was a bargain. Nowadays I really don't know where can you buy it from, because it's sold out everywhere. I'm sure you can get it on eBay, but to be honest with you, don't spend more than 100 or 120 pounds on this phone, guys. And basically buy it only if you really like and you will enjoy the second screen. Otherwise, you can get a much better phones for the same price. For example, the Nextbit Robin, I just got it for 120, which is the same price, and I really like it so far. It's not perfect by any means, but it's pretty good option. So take my advice and buy something else, unless you really want the second e-ink screen, guys. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you find my review useful. Hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to my channel as well, and see you next week for the Robin. See you later.